Okay, look at lesson 2 problem set. Number 1, it says draw a picture to show the division. Write a division expression using unit form. Then express your answer as a fraction. The first one is done for you. Tell me how many different things will you have under each problem? When you complete your problems, how many different things will you have? You have a picture. What else are you going to have? Okay, the expression, the division expression using unit form. And then what else are you going to have? Okay, then express your answer as a fraction. Now, I keep telling you guys that today it's going to look very, very easy because you can sit there. I mean, it doesn't take much to say that when you're going to be seeing a pattern, 1 divided by 5 Do you think it's going to be that easy? No, because do you not remember what I keep telling you? They start easy so that you can check your answers and make sure you're doing it correctly before it becomes more challenging. So, basically, whoops, what did I do there? Basically, what they're doing is providing a way for you to look, so when you do solve 3 divided by 4, you know your answer is going to be 3/4. But we're going to teach you the Engage New York way. So, A says 1 divided by 5 equals 5/5. Divided by 5 equals 1/5 equals 1/5. Whoa. There might be an easier way to put that, right? So the question that we have in front of us is, what is 1 divided by 5? And first, we're going to draw a picture. So on your paper, you're going to write picture. Then you're going to have a unit. And then you're going to have the answer. One divided by 5. Man. One divided by 5. How do you think I would even approach that, drawing it? What have we done in the past? Anyone have a guess?
You can put 5 inside the division box and then 1 on the outside.
Okay. You could do 5 inside the division box and 1 on the outside. But what about if you did? Okay, how do you think I would do that as a picture? What do you think?
Draw a box and then do 4 lines in the box, and that would be 5 spaces. And we'll color in one of the spaces, and that'd be 1 on the space.
So we have 1 divided into 5 parts. Now, when we were doing the division problems earlier this year, how did we divide out the problems? When we had the dots?
You would take 1 off and then take another 1 off on the other side.
Okay, remember you keep kind of removing as you went through? And that's kind of the way you do here. So 1 divided by 5. So we're going to divide it into 5 parts, which means down below, then you're going to want to write 1 through 5, because we're going to divide it 5 ways. Now, how will I show that down below? How do you think I'm going to show that? I'm dividing this big big thing into 5 parts?
You're gonna put a 5 under each number.
We're going to put a 5 under each number? What do you think?
You're gonna color maybe in the boxes you're gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Maybe you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each box? Maybe? You could do that. That might work. You can put a dot in each box. Shade in 1/5. Okay, or you could just say there's one box. So one box here, one box here, one box here, one box here, one box here. Would it also work the way Ruth said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each box? Yep. And if we had more boxes, when you get to the end, you'd start over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you'd keep going until you filled all the boxes. That would work too. Sometimes you have problems. I never thought of it that way, Ruth. Thanks. Sometimes you have problems keeping track of what you move down. You can do that as well. So how many total units do we have in this one box? How many total units? 5. Okay, we have 5. And what are those called? Okay, they're units, but these are 5/5 because they're divided into fifths, right? If I have one of them, how much do I have? I have 1/5. So it's 5/5 divided by however many total boxes I have. Equals 1/5. And what does 1/5 look like? Connor?
You have 1 as the numerator, and you have, since it's 1/5, you have to put the 5 as the denominator.
Good. The unit thing was what was messing me up. I'm going to try it for a little bit, see if I understand. I watched the video like 3 times, so we'll see. We're going to try one more as a whole group, and I'm going to have you do the third one with your neighbor, and then we'll see how we do from there. Okay, so right now we have 3 divided by 4. How many total boxes are we going to have? When I say boxes, let's say I have candy bars. How many candy bars do I have that I'm...
4.
No, I don't have 4. Guess again. 3. I have 3 let's say I have 3 candy bars. I'm going to divide each one into 4 parts. So I'm going to take 3 divided by 4. So you're going to have 3 boxes. Do this on your page. And how many ways am I going to divide that?
You're going to put 3 lines and then 4 parts.
Okay, each box is going to be divided into 4. And now what do I do? Does anyone remember? What comes next? How am I going to divide these out?
You're going to see how many individual boxes are total and then divide that by 4.
Okay. You can tell yourself, okay, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could say I have 12 out of how many are in each box? 4. Or, what else could you do? What's the way I showed you a little bit ago? Huh? Okay. Maybe. What did I show you a little bit ago with the numbers?
You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then anytime they'll go in.
Okay.
And then connect it off when you do it and put 95 in the number.
Okay, so some of you try the 1, 2, 3, 4 method in the boxes, and I'm going to go down below. And as I go through the boxes, what am I going to do? I start with the first one, and what am I going to do? Jillian? Okay, so I'm going to go up to this one. I'm going to bring one down. Then what am I going to do? This one? And what am I going to do? Under 2? Okay, so you guys just keep going through. I like your method. I think you have a good method. I think you invented a method that I like. That's good. Okay, how many total fourths do we have that work?
3.
We have 3 out of how many are in each one? 4. So we end up with 3 fourths. Let's try it Ruth's way real fast. So Ruth said to go through, which I like her way better because it doesn't have as many. If you have divided that, you have done 3 and then left over 4. Okay, so we have 3 whole parts, right? I'll move it down here. And then how many ways are we going to divide each part? We're going to divide it 4 ways. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we're dividing by 4, what's the number we're going to count up to when we're dividing it out? 4, because each part's divided into 4. We're dividing it by 4. So we have 3 whole pieces that we've divided into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many times does each number happen? Each number happens 3 times, so that means 3 divided by 4 is 3 fourths. I like that. Good job. Very nice. So if I were to do units, I would have how many total boxes do I have up here? I have 3, but they're all broken into pieces now. So now how many total do I have? So you have 12. And how many are in each one? Fourths. Are you with me on that? Because I have 12 total, and each one of these is worth how much? A fourth. So 12 fourths divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. But you can't forget that we're not just dividing 12 by 4, we're dividing 12 fourths. So what are we going to put the numerator on?
We're gonna put the 4 on the bottom.
Well, I'm glad you guys seem like you're getting this, because it blew over my head the first time I did it. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I want you to try this one. Try this one on your own. Let's see how you do. 6 divided by 4. So you're going to have how many big boxes? What are you going to start with? You're going to start with 6 boxes. Okay, so I started with 6 boxes, right? And as I was walking around, I noticed that everybody's dividing them correctly. Some of you are dividing them with using different methods. That's fine, as long as you end up with 4 parts. You know, you can look at it this way. We want to turn, you know how we've been trying to find common denominators when we add and subtract? Well, we want to figure out a way to turn our first number into a fraction, because that's what we've done. We've taken 6 boxes and we've turned them into fractions, haven't we? We no longer have 6 whole boxes, but we have like a whole bunch of boxes within the 6. So what would our units be, our total units on this? What would it be? I have 24, and how many are in each part? 4 fourths. Now, in this case, 6 has now turned into what? Yes, 6 has now turned into 24 fourths. So now what do I have left in my problem? Right? Yep. Well, we've already divided the 6 up into 4 parts. That's how we got 24 fourths. So you were right when you said 24 fourths divided by 4. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. But remember, we don't just have 24 divided by 4. We also have the fourths. So we end up with 6 over 4. That's one way to solve it. But you have to remember to do the pictures too, at least for now. So we'll do our other method that Ruth taught us. Ruth, what do you do?
You put 1, 2, and each little square you put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you run out, then you go to the next box and do the next box.
Now, my last name is Abler, so I've always had the number 1 in my life, so I'm going to just look for all my 1s that happen, because I've gone all the way up to 4, right? I'm just going to find all the 1s. How many 1s do I have? 6. I know if I have 6 1s, I have 6 2s. So I would be able to divide this into 6 over 4. Now, once we hit 4, what do I have? Once I get to the number 4, it's improper. The 6 makes it improper, doesn't it? Look at this. If I had 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4, what would I have? So these right here would make, what would those make? Sometimes they just blow you away. Okay, so, yeah, so I find that I have 1 hole. And then how many do I have left? 2 out of 4, which we know reduces to equals 1 and 1/2. Now, I want you to do the pictures in the units when you do your homework. And, of course, the answer. Look at the number 2 problem set. It says, draw to show how 2 children can equally share 3 cookies. Are we dividing the children or the cookies? You're dividing the cookies, right? You're not going to divide the children. So, how many are you going to draw to begin with?
3.
Draw 3. My favorite, bar cookies. The pan that you cut. And how many children are we going to divide them amongst? 2. That's pretty easy, I think. It's easy, isn't it? I mean, now the more you do it, what's my unit look like? First of all, how many total do I have? 6, but how many total cookies did I start with? 3, and how many times did I divide it? How many times did I divide each cookie? 2 times, so you would have it like this, 3 divided by 2. Now, units. Go for it. 6. I have 6 what? 6. I have 6 halves. So 3 equals 6 halves divided by what? How many ways did I divide it? Nope, I have 6 of these, and how many? 2. So what is 6 divided by 2? 3, but remember we're dealing with halves, so 3 over 2. What's my denominator? My denominator is 2. So once I hit 2 over 2, I have how many? 1 whole. So let's look at this. How many times does a 1 happen? 3 times. But 3 is too big, so what do? It's just like that pizza on the Fraction Cafe, Bryce. Okay, so you're saying to take 2 of them since those equal 1 whole. So it'd be 1, and then got it? So your homework assignment tonight is okay. Your homework assignment is just all of page 4B15 because now I'm looking at number 3 and we'll have to probably go over that one.
That's it.
So the page 4B13.